This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by El Gato, Jack Catterall here in Manchester. Jack, good to see you. How are you feeling?
Good to see you. Yeah, feeling good, feeling good. 4 weeks now, so not long, but everything's going great.
You're that close, Jack, to that world title that you've been craving. Final eliminated with Arnold Barboza. How are you finding just staying focused at the task at hand? Come through this hurdle, and I would assume, like most would, the world title is next.
Yeah, of course, this is crunch time now, and you'd be stupid to look past Barboza. It's a great division. There's a lot of champions, a lot of great fighters we've seen at the weekend. Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, and as much as we crave to fight against who the public and the media deem as the top dogs, you can only focus on what's next. And I've got a tough challenge in Barboza, undefeated fighter who had a good win last time out against Ramirez. So I've got to come through this.
Jack, obviously, the pair of you aren't looked at when you box aggressive, come forward fighters. You're more counter-punchers. So when you look at this fight with Arnold Barboza, what's the difference between the two of you because of a style matchup?
You know what? I've watched Barboza now for some time. Met him a couple of years ago, and I've watched his fights. And like you said, he's patient. But I think for me, sometimes it's underappreciated my ring IQ, my timing, and my distance and my speed. And probably my power. Not had any knockouts in the last couple of fights, but I've hurt the fighters that I've been in with. I think when you look at Barboza, he does everything well, but nothing great, in my opinion. So I think the difference is there's going to be a difference in quality and skill on the night.
Those slight intervals, as you said, he's patient. So when he's taking his time in the ring, how crucial is it that you don't allow him to settle? You make the most of those little gaps that he's waiting for.
Yeah, of course, and you navigate that round by round. There'll be times where I've got to go on the front foot and close the distance, and there's times where he's going to be drawn in and be countered, etc. So, and it's all right having a game plan, but you've got to be around the board. You've got to be able to adapt on the night. We've watched him fight. We've seen how he approaches fights. I think the last southpaw he boxed was Sean McComb, who's a totally different southpaw to me. Rangy, 6 foot odd. So it'll be interesting, but I'm prepared. It's quite exciting for me to be fighting an orthodox fighter. It feels like a lifetime of training, sparring southpaws. So again, it's a good challenge ahead.
After the fight with Regis, you held a media day up in Manchester. Your campmate Pat Brown held one, and obviously you attended, and you said afterwards to me that you had some issues with your ribs during camp, or you fought through it and you came through with a victory. Going into a fight fully fit, I know you've still got a month out, so touch wood, nothing happens, but a fully fit Jack Catterall, what do you think you can do to Arnold Barboza?
Yeah, I believe I can hurt him, and I don't believe he sees I don't know if he's been the 12 rounds before. I believe he's only been 10. I don't think he sees the 10th round. I honestly believe I'm fully fit, and I've been training hard, living well. Another couple of weeks now, business end of camp, but I believe I can stop him and hurt him.
What type of statement do you think a stoppage victory would do then, going into what, like I said, people would assume will be a world title opportunity?
And listen, we all say it's a win at all cost. I do believe I can hurt him. I'm coming to it, and I want to put my stamp on it. I really want to put my stamp on this fight to cement a place to go and fight for the world title.
Do you think, Jack, because again people talk about you stylistically, you need that title around your waist to entice those bigger names? Again, I know that you'd be in that mandatory position provided that the fight with Arnold goes to plan, but do you feel like you need that title to get those big names?
Yeah, I believe so. There's a lot of big name fighters in my division, and I think getting a world title obviously secures these type of big fights. I don't think I'm number one for the fighters to pick out to box against. So a fight against Barboza puts me in a position then hopefully Teo wants to defend. If not, I'm fighting for the title against somebody else. But then, God willing, we get that title, then these are the fights that the champions are looking at, who's got the titles. So be in a brilliant position.
I'm interested to get your thoughts, Jack. We saw obviously on Saturday a lot of those top names in your division were down in London at the Ring Awards. Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. Are you assured, have you had the assurances from Eddie that Teofimo will proceed with a fight against the winner of your bout with Barboza? Because him meeting up with Turki Al-Sheikh might suggest he might go down other avenues, vacating that title as a possibility.
Yeah, I'm kind of not focused on that right now. I don't know Teo's plan. I don't know who was meeting, what he was speaking about. What I am sure of is that I'm fighting in 4 weeks, and that no matter who it is, who he's fighting, there'll be a time frame that I've got to fight for the title. God willing, we get through Barboza. I'll be fighting for the world title this year.
Confident at some point yourself and Teofimo will cross paths regardless of if it was to be the next bout, if it was to vacate, whenever it may be?
Yeah, I'm going to put myself in a position where they're going to have no choice. Then it's down to them really. Sam was there at the weekend. He spoke with all the fighters. He spoke about Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, and I mean, it's easy to say it, but they've all seemed open to having a fight. So hopefully they stick to the word and we get this one done and we can get it on.
I mean, again, I don't want to take your eyes off of Saturday night, but you mentioned Sam speaking to those names, Ryan, Devin, Teo. It's one thing for them to say it, as you say, it's another thing for them to do it. Are you confident from what Sam said there is a genuine interest in sharing a ring with you?
You know what, and I say this time and time again, you can only control what you can control, which is being in the gym, fighting who's put in front of you. I've got a big job with Barboza to do, but it's all well I'm saying, we'll fight him if he beats Barboza, but when push comes to shove, we'll see.
Just also want to get your thoughts on your camp mates. Pat Brown waiting for his opponent to be announced for his debut. How's he been looking in camp?
Yeah, really good. Excited for the journey. I was there when they announced his signing with Matchroom. And I've said this before, but Pat's turning professional with the team that's took me years to find. The boxing coaches, the manager and the promoter. So I'm excited for the journey Pat's going to be on. I'll be supporting him all the way. And he's looking good in the gym. He's coming back off an operation. He started punching again. We know his debut's coming up in March. So I can't wait for it.
Both Alfie and Connor as well here in attendance today. How have they been looking?
What you said?
Alfie and Connor, how have they been looking?
And Connor, yeah, absolutely buzzing that they're on the same card I'm fighting at in a couple of weeks' time. I was at Alfie's fight in December. It's great to have him in the gym. A lot of young energy in this gym at the moment. So again, Connor, one of Nigel's amateurs who's come through to the professional ranks, had a successful career at GB. Excited to see the start of their journeys and keep following them.
What's it like for you, Jack? Because at one point you were that younger gun in the gym. You had like the likes of Carl Frampton, Rocky Fielding, amongst others who were training out there, Martin Murray. Whereas now, as time goes on, generation changes. You've got the young guys coming through, and you're the somewhat old head, experienced head in the gym now, and you're not that old.
Yeah. No, it's exciting, and I think I've took the lessons from the Carl Framptons, Martin Murray's, Rocky Fielding, Tommy Coyle. I've been there. I've been watching, listening, learning in the background. And I'm in a position now where I'm having these big headline fights and the gym's full of young energy. It's keeping me on my toes, and it's nice to be able to pass advice and lessons that I've learned to the younger fighters. And in another way as well, it's nice to have them to keep pushing me, where these young fighters can go non-stop all day. They can train 2-3 times a day and keep pushing me. It's good to be kept like that.
Jack, just want to quickly get your thoughts on a couple of the fights on the horizon. Beterbiev, Bivol 2. What's your take?
Yeah, I think it goes the same way. I think it's a tremendous fight. I think we're going to go straight into it round 13, but I fancy Bivol.
You've got Dubois Parker as well on that undercard. Which way are you leaning?
You know what? Really interesting fight. I think Parker's over the last couple of fights has really come good. I like Parker. Again, Daniel Dubois has proved that the loss he's had in his career, he's come back from that, claimed the world title. So really good matchup. I'm going to sit on the fence with that one. I don't really want to pick a winner. I'd love to see Parker win it. I'd love to see Daniel defend it. So I'm just happy to fight him.
Just the last one in Manchester as well. Early Feb. Derek Chisora, Otto Wallin.
Yeah, excited. It's always good to see Del Boy. I think this is the last dance for him. So always been a fan of Del Boy. Hope he can go out and get the victory and sail off into the sunset.
Jack, listen, I appreciate your time. Obviously, best of luck with the rest of camp. Thank you for speaking to me. I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you very much.